Now, there are people out there who are in a similar boat to you, right? They're trying to make money in the hobby, whether it's by putting out content, whether it's making videos, whether it's trying to buy cards and sell cards, whether it's doing, group submissions, whether it's, cracking slabs, people are doing this stuff. And it's people who may have had some success doing it last year that are finding less success. And I guess what I want to bring to the table here is this. Your success is going to depend how you measure it, right? And this is an important thing for folks, right? So Andrew is one of these guys that always asks me, what's my goal, right? He has these probing questions. He should be like a psychoanalyst, but it's way too much school, right? So it's what's your goal? And I'm like, my goal?
Make that way. I'd rather just sell $4 slabs for $6 than.
So let's get there, right?
An hour. Why would I be a therapist that makes $250 an hour?
So
40 hours a week?
What's the goal? And I'll always answer like, my goal is to have enough money to make sure I got my Chick-fil-A this week. And you're like, forget about this week. Your goal's got to be like this goal. What's your goal? And finally, after being asked,
dream is probably the word I use.
The dream. What's your dream? You know, if you're in this and you're trying to do this, my hobby involvement, and I'll be as honest as I can here. I mean, I have a job. You know what I mean? My hobby here is I want to buy some cards. I want to be able to, so we'll get there. And I want to be able to, buy cards when I want to buy them. I want to sell cards when I want to sell them. I can lose money on cards. I can make money on cards. I have fun with it. It's it is a hobby. I try to collect. I'm always moving my collection around. Sometimes I'm degenning. I open packs every Friday. I got some select UFC to open with Ian later. And, I have fun with it, but it's because I am not looking at the hobby to make me a millionaire. Okay? And if that was my goal, then I'd have to plot out whether or not what I'm doing is going to get me to that goal. But if my goal was to make $1,000 a month in the hobby, that's going to require something different in the hobby than making millions. Success is going to depend on what that goal is, what you want out of the hobby. So when we talk about, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm selling on whatnot, I'm doing all this stuff, my first question always is, well, what's the goal? Because you can be successful. You are making money. You are making money on whatnot. You are making money cracking slabs. You are making money. But the question then becomes twofold. One, is it going to get to your goal? Is your goal making enough money that you can do this instead of a 9-to-5? You can do this instead of trying to work on lettuce, then fries. Then you be assistant manager. And that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Can you do enough with cards and make enough money with cards to avoid that? And is that enough? Right? If it's not enough, I don't know whether or not consignments and cracking and all these other things are going to make you millions. And here's why. It's a volume, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. I give you a lot of credit for it because you are spending a lot of time doing it. And you have to, at some point, take a step back and say, all right, I sold all these cards, right? And I made $100 today. But to get that $100,
I worked 12 hours.
I worked 12 hours. Right?
So I'm netting $8 an hour. And I'm not keeping that great of track of things. So when the IRS comes knocking, they can see the $100. So I might actually owe money after this whole endeavor.
Yeah. And, we'll do the podcast from prison. And, it'll be amazing.
Prison Mike.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a lot of fun, man. So, I mean, the point there is it was easier before. It's not easy now. And more importantly, you have to know what you want out of it.